Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Shane Kipper with Prestige Media. Today we're going to be going over ClickFunnels, the ins and outs. I'm not going to be building a funnel for you, but I will get inside the editor to show you how everything works. I'll even give some of my high level hacks that I use to make Russell Brunson level funnels. So what does that mean? What does that look like? I'll show you the dashboard and everything. So we'll jump right in. All right, so I have created a funnel already. So I'll go ahead and show you the editor real quick, and then we'll jump over to the dashboard and then all integrations and domains and things like that. So this is your page editor. These are your page tabs. We'll kind of start from the top. You can clone, you can view funnel, like the live funnel. So you can click that or that right there, and you'll view the live link funnel. You can also click here, but typically these are going to be your variations. So you can create a variation, which is a split test. It's super simple. You click this. If you already have a page that you've built and you want to split test something, you can click that, and then it'll give you that option. So we'll jump into the editor. All right, as you can see, we have an image, we have some headline, we have some subheadline. This is called an input, where you will collect name and email, and then you've got a button. And then even more than that, let me jump into this a little bit farther. They're color coded. Okay, so the sections are green, and the section is basically what takes up the whole page, and all your rows, columns, and elements go inside of a section. You can edit, you can duplicate, you can save as a template. So that way, if you had something on a section that you maybe wanted to move over to another funnel or something like that, you can save it. And when you go to create a new section, you can go to My Sections, and then all of your saved sections will be here. Okay, and then you can delete the section altogether, and it will delete everything that's in that section. Okay, blue is your rows. So there can be columns inside of rows, and you'll see columns here. Okay, so you are able to individually edit these columns if you would like, and I'll show you that here in a second. But again, you can edit, clone, save as a template, and then delete. And then orange are your elements. When you see something orange, these are your elements. You can add, you can even look at a grand view of all of them right there. Sometimes it's nice if you have something hidden to go actually find that directly, something like that. Okay, same thing, edit, clone, delete. This is an image. So if we go to image here, there's a couple things. So this right here, that button right there, will allow you to upload or select whatever you currently have. Like for example, we can click that, and then it'll pop up. So you can upload your own. You can search. Sometimes arrows or backgrounds or whatever. It's going to give you other backgrounds that ClickFunnels already has, which is kind of nice sometimes. Gives you some stock stuff, and then you can play with these. But my suggestion when it comes to doing things like this is to use canva.com. I pay for it. It's like 12 bucks a month, 13 bucks a month, 12.97 or something like that. But that'll allow you to do PNG images, which you can create, let's say this X right here without the square border or background. It'll just be the circle with the X in it, if that makes sense. So you can do a lot of those things with Canva. All right, let me go back to the image here. So SEO, this is, you can type in, mock-up book, and this is just for your SEO. I would do it for all the images. You don't really need to do it for much else. And ClickFunnels really isn't an SEO platform, so You know, you can do what you want, but I don't really focus on the SEO too much. Now, when it comes to the size of the image, there's two ways that you can do this. Um, so as you can see, that's like 100%. That is as big as it will go. You can either do it by, I believe that's considered pixels or something like that, 100 pixels, or you can do it by percentages. And I typically do percentages just because it's easier to go back and forth from. That way I'm not like 110 or 115, you know, it's just easier increments, easier to manage. You can give it a URL. So if people click on an image, it will take them to whatever. You can open a new tab if you do have a link. And I've never used lazy loading. That must be something new. Okay, so on all of these two that I'd like to mention, you've got margins. Okay, your top margin on your section is going to move the section down and give margin on the top, if you see that at the top there. And then if you do the padding top, you're just adding more head margin inside of the section. So, you know, there's a difference. Okay, and then you can also take the bottom down, you can go left and right, you can squeeze things in, however you would like to do that. Sometimes it is nice to do sections that are sticky at the top. If you have a website where you want your that header bar to stick with you as you scroll, if you have, you know, maybe an announcement or something like that, not always worth using, so use it sparingly. Okay, and then on your advanced sections, there's advanced sections for just about everything. I'm going to move myself over here. I feel like nothing's going on down there. So you can give it a radius. So it's going to, this, I'm still on the section, so it's going to give me corner radius. Probably I can't see it. Yeah, see it there? So it kind of curved all the edges. You can make it so it's top only, you can make it bottom only, you can do the whole thing, or you can do none. Okay, borders, same thing, top only, bottom only, top and bottom, full border. It does not have left or right. So just keep that in mind. You can do solid borders, dashed borders. If you're paying attention there, you can see how it changes your thickness and your color. Okay, and then you could do drop shadows if you would like to give it some pop. You're not going to see that because this bottom section is black. But sometimes you can see the inner border. Yeah, if you see that right there, just barely. Okay. And then if you go to animation, you know, this is kind of going into the weeds a little bit. I always recommend simple is key. You know, don't try to be super flashy and, you know, have things like coming out of nowhere. You can and give it some sleek design if you would like, but simple is best, especially if you're working in a sophisticated market where your client wants just, you know, wants you to just tell it how it is. Say, look, this is what I need from you. This is how you do business with me. This is what we do. I think I said that already. So, you know, keep it very simple. I like to do white backgrounds and images like these placeholders with text and inputs and buttons. I mean, this is ugly, right? So, you know, something that I would do is I would get rid of all this extra stuff. No border, keep that square, no inner shadow. That's already better, okay? You pull it down, something like that. You know, again, you can move these top sections. You can put this exactly where you want. You can go width here. So, you know, if you wanted just a simple input with your text, your headings and stuff like that, you can manage it here, how big it is. In regards to mobile, always make sure everything is mobile friendly. So I'll tell you how to get rid of this here in a second. But when you go to your mobile section, you want to select the mobile size here and edit it there. If you move it from here, you're going to be moving your desktop header font. One other way that you can do this is by clicking duplicate and then making this desktop only, and then making this one mobile only. So now on the mobile only, you can do kind of what you want. I mean, you still have to edit it there, but you're not making edits to the desktop side of things. Okay. Your inputs here, make sure you select, I would do first name or full name, and then your email. You can do phone number if you would like, and there's some other options here, but typically on a landing page or something like that, you're not going to need any of that. You can tell what the placeholder says inside your name here. My favorite font is Montserrat, so I go here and I just type it in right there at the bottom. Okay, and then you can, font sizes and all those fun things, and you can change the way that it looks. You can give it more more of a circular corner. You could do, more square, whatever you would like. Submit on enter, and this is just advanced appearance stuff. Okay, your button. So set your action. Most of the time you're going to be doing submit order. So this one, you do a submit order. If you're taking an input like this, name and email, when they push the button, it submits the page and takes them to the following page. If you have a pop-up, which is right here, and I'll show you that in a second, that button will open the pop-up so they can fill in their information. That's kind of called a two-step pop-up, opt-in, essentially. Facebook opt-in, you can do that. You need to integrate Facebook directly on the back end, which I will show you how to do integrations here in a moment. But I don't use those very much, if at all. Go to website. You can put, if this was the thank you page and you wanted to send somebody a download, or you wanted to take them to a Facebook group, or whatever your objective is, you can put the link there so that way when they click, they get taken there. You can do a new tab if you want them to also have your page open at the same time. Go to the next step in the funnel. So this would be, worth it for if you were just doing like a sales page and they click the button to go to checkout or something like that. Scroll to row. If you had, sometimes I'll put sales pages on my checkout pages, keep them on one page. And I'll have a button at the top, but that button has a section at the bottom where the checkout is. So it takes them right to the checkout. So they'll skip over all the sales stuff and go right there. So that's what that would be good for. Show and hide would be good. Also in that same event where, they click that button, you could even hide all the sales material and go, give it just the checkout. So again, simple is key. So you know how to do mobile. When it comes to these things, you can change colors, you can do whatever you like. That's just more of an editing standpoint. I believe that's all that's important on that. Now your pop-up, you show your pop-up. This is what the pop-up currently looks like. Again, you want to make sure you are mobile and desktop ready. One thing to know is that your inputs, you can only have, like if you were trying to make something mobile friendly, and I've done this before, I'll exit out of that. I've done this before. Well, I'll duplicate a column or a section and make it mobile only, but it has the inputs in it. So now there's actually two places where inputs are being taken, and actually three, because there's one in the pop-up right now too. So there's one on desktop and there's one on mobile. So it won't work if you have it like that. You need one place that you're taking people's credentials from. So just make sure that it's visible both on desktop and mobile, and then just edit this stuff. If you needed the font smaller, edit it here, or bigger, or whatever you need. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Here's your pop-up. You can do all, here's your settings, so you can change the background. You can change the background behind the pop-up. You can make it big or large or small. This is mobile, so you're not going to see too much of those kinds of edits. I'll go over here. You can do images. You can move it up or down. Um, you know, same thing as everything else. The sections, you got your corners and your drop shadows and all that stuff. Okay. Don't show on exit, or you can do it when someone tries to exit. I wouldn't necessarily put the show on exit if you're doing an opt-in. You want them to push the button. You know, if you have to trick them into giving you their name and email, they're probably not a good lead. So you know, you want to make sure your steps when you're creating these funnels are a process that also vets people and scares away people that aren't meant for your business. Okay. That's how you do that. So now if we go to settings here, you can do your integrations. I'll show you how to get your integration set up here in a moment. But if you can have things like Webinar Jam, you can have Active Campaign, ConvertKit, Facebook, all these different integrations that will add people to lists and tag them. So that way, when they go through your automation or when they sign up, ClickFunnels will add them to an automation per your tags. Okay, when it comes to, and I'll do a separate video on Active Campaign, but when it comes to your tags and your lists, make one list and use tags to identify people within the list. Don't make a bunch of lists and a bunch of tags, and then because then it just gets messy, and you know, you kind of lose track. So use tags to identify people. You can create as many of those as you want. All right, settings, that's integrations, do your SEO. So my page is gonna show here. And then as well as, you know, when someone shares your link or if you share it with someone, this is what's gonna populate. This is what people are gonna see. So, you know, the title is probably gonna be something like your headline or just a short something. And then your description, you know, go into detail of why they should sign up, or, you know, maybe even your subhead, something like that. Keywords, this is your SEO. So where do you want to rank? You know, again, ClickFunnels is not an SEO platform, but I still do it, you know, Shane, Giver, Prestige, whatever. And then your name is going to go right here. So if you are a brand, you know, like Prestige Media would be what I would put there. Not my name. I was building like a consulting funnel and I wanted people to directly, I would brand myself, right? And then your social image, I put this image here just so you could see, but um, same thing, just as any other piece here, you know what I'm saying? Just put an image that represents why they're there. Okay, so you got SEO, tracking code. If you have CF Pro Tools or Pixels or your just any other like code or anything like that that you need that is coming from an external software, you're going to most likely be putting those here, although your pixel does go in the setting level of the whole funnel, so you won't put your pixel here. But there are other things that you can put in here in regards to your Facebook ads, or any other coding stuff. Okay. Same with your CSS. Your CSS is just more advanced coding if you're into that. I do a little bit, but I use CF Pro Tools and they do all the coding for me. I just move stuff around. Your background. So this section is actually in front of your background. So I'll make that a medium so you can see how it's black. It actually has a background. Okay, you can do an image, you can change the color, and you can even do a video, but again, simple is key. Typography. So anytime you add a text element, either a headline or a content, it will automatically give you the font that you've chosen here, which again, I like Montserrat. You could give it a text color, so that way every time you add a text, it's that color, your link color. So when you you know, hyperlink something, it's going to turn it this color. You can even do themes. I don't really ever do themes, but not bad. So it'll give you what that would look like right there. Boom. Okay. And then general. So one thing I want to tell you is that the affiliate badge will be on your page if you are, you know, an agency or something like that. It might be worth showing your affiliate badge. But if you're a course creator, you don't want people clicking on your affiliate badge and going to ClickFunnels and just getting lost. You want them there for one purpose. Show in the search engine, yes. Digital assets, I'll show you how to set up your digital assets, but this would be instant download as soon as they submitted their information. And then also here, if you wanted them to go, this is your, this basically it's your override link. So, you know, typically when you submit a page, you go to the next page. If you want them to submit and go to, you know, maybe a different website and still collect their information or whatever, it may be like the 5th step in the funnel or whatever you got going on. You can put that link there. So when they submit, they'll be taken to the proper page. I don't mess with the apps. Make sure you do everything mobile. Okay, you can manage at a bird's eye view with these tabs. And I told you could do these columns, so I'll show you how to do the columns. And it's highlighting which column. So like you can see on the 3rd row right here, I added an image. It's, you know, it's not even a good image, but you know, you could do all the same editing here as you can in the section, row, and element level. Okay. So that is that. Always make sure you save. Okay. Preview. You can look at what it looks like on the live version, test it out, things like that. All right. I believe that is it for our editor. One last thing I would like to mention, I did say that I would show you a high-level hack that I use. You can do negative margins. Negative margins allow you to do overlapping. I do overlapping with images and you know, moving things so it kind of sits a certain way. And I can actually show you that. If I go to, this is a funnel that I just built, 21 Proven Secrets. Okay, so as you can see, these elements behind, I took this video and there's actually a text element here. So this is the one with the negative margin, but it's like negative like 800. So it actually was sitting down here, but I brought it up over these text or these images here. This right here, I actually have done my headlines on Canva because I can make things bold. I can do a lot more with my headlines. You know, again, here, this is a negative margin. There's actually 2 columns right here that you can't see because this is the live version, but I pulled this book up over this 2 column. And so that way, you know, it just gives it that appeal. Let me see if I can find any more. So I've pulled the negative margin above this, you know, things like that. So pretty cool. All right. Yes, I am the greatest funnel builder alive, other than Russell Brunson and his team. Okay, save. Actually, I'm better. Just kidding. I'm learning from him. So, all right. So then you want to make your thank you page, and then, you know, everything after that. You can delete. You can clone this funnel step, and you can remove it from the funnel. It will just be in like there'll be like a little tab. You can select your funnel steps that aren't actually on the funnel yet. Okay, automation. This is where you can set up some of your internal emails. I would highly recommend you use something like ConvertKit. Keep ActiveCampaign is my #1. But just, excuse me. I would, so you can do that here, but I wouldn't if I were you. Okay, you've got your funnel steps. You can change the name right here, and then the path is your forwarding URL. So you'll see how it changes right here. Boom. So that's the forwarding URL. So you could have a domain, let's say it's clickfunnels.com/free book, whatever it is. But then you can identify and you can send people to those forwarding URLs. Okay. At the setting level, this is where your pixel is going to go. You can change the funnel name here. You can give it a group. You can give it an entire path. Okay. So that's, again, your forwarding URL is your path. Your domain, you can select a domain that you want tied to this funnel. And I'll show you how you can do that within the domain settings on the back end. Your favicon URL, I'll show you how to create a digital asset where you can place your favicon on the back end here in just a sec. You'll put your pixel in your head tracking code, and then some of your other softwares that you use, like Deadline Funnel or Plus This or whatever, you can put in your body tracking code that will. And so your pixel and any of these other codes, it's because it's on the setting level of the entire funnel, it's going to track all the steps. You don't need to do it individually. Some other platforms require you to put the pixel individually. Okay. Stripe, when you have it integrated, you'll be able to turn it on and off in test mode or in live mode. And then I don't really use much of this. Backpacks is for affiliates. But that's at a $300 a month level, $297 actually. But $97 a month is perfect. You don't really need anything else, especially because you'll be using something like Active Campaign to do the marketing. One of the benefits of having the upgraded ClickFunnels is that it comes with some email marketing, but Active Campaign is superior. That is its focus. And you want to send, ClickFunnels is for the funnels. Active Campaign is for the emails. Facebook Business Manager is for the ads. Don't try to do everything on one platform. It's easier to manage that way too. You can do Zapier integration. Sometimes that's nice. Your webhooks, excuse me. That'll be good for like PayPal. If you're taking a payment through PayPal, the webhook just connects with the funnel and triggers an event and whatever. Okay. I don't really mess with that. So you can archive the funnel. You can not actually delete a funnel. You can only archive it. So you can actually go back and view the archive funnel at any time, which is really nice sometimes. All right, you can share the funnel. All right, so this right here, you can send that link to somebody and they can get this exact funnel in their ClickFunnels account. You can clone the entire funnel and you can reset your stats. You can check all of your contacts, so anybody that has signed up within a certain time frame, and you can download the contacts. You can look at your stats. You can give it filters, okay? Time frames, your UTM content. If you're running ads, I would highly recommend that you use UTM's parameters, or you can go to utm.io to create basically bit.ly links or UTM links. They're just shortened links. But what they do is they track where that traffic is coming from. So in regards to the Facebook ads, it has a place where you can build a parameter. And then those parameters you can actually search in these places. And it will bring up the stats for whatever that parameter was. So that way this ad produced this result. Makes sense? And then you'll see all your statistics here. And that is how you do the funnel. All right, now you got your docs here. I would highly recommend, if you have questions, go to the docs section, pretty much have everything there. You can get help by reaching out to support here or here. You can look at your support requests and you can see what's coming up. Backpacks is for the $297 a month. Backpacks is your affiliate, so you can look at your dashboard, your affiliates, your commissions, all the payments going out. You can see who's winning. As far as your leaderboards, you can look at commission plans and set them up. You set affiliate types and then all your settings. We're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into follow-up funnels. I don't really mess with any of that either. And that is at the $297 level. So And then also something about the 297 level with ClickFunnels is you can have like unlimited funnels, unlimited pages. I just figured out that I ran out of pages on my own. That's why I'm on a friend of mine's ClickFunnels account, because I can't even build a new one right now. Anyway, but you can look at all your funnels. You can look at all your contacts. You can look at all your sales. You can buy funnels, and you can build a funnel right there. Okay, let's go into the settings here. Hopefully I don't give away any info. Okay, so I would go through the process of setting up your company profile, give it an address, your ClickFunnels subdomain. Mine is Prestige Media, and what that's going to do is whenever you build a funnel, it automatically gives a ClickFunnels domain. So it'll be prestigemedia.clickfunnels.com, and then whatever your forwarding URL is. So you'll set that here, but you're going to be using a custom domain anyway, so it's not a big deal. Not really necessary at all. A time zone, set your time zone to yours, and ClickFunnels will adjust it to your customers as they view it. Affiliate settings, if you do affiliates, WordPress you can integrate with, and then you can see the available beta stuff. You can set sub users. You can you can look at your payment information, your invoice history. You can cancel your account, and you can upgrade. You can look at your notifications, which typically I don't have any. Account history. You can look at all the templates you've created, and here's your digital assets. Okay, so the digital assets are, so your favicon is this right here. ClickFunnels has one right at the top. If you can see that right there, boom. And what they did is they clicked new asset, and you want to use a square image so it's not like elongated, because it'll cut it off in a square. Crop it. So 3 megabyte max. You can also do your PDFs, your ebooks here as well, for digital, like instant download, or for example, it looks like there's some here. You can click this and get the asset path. So this is the link, and now that link can go inside of a button, and when they click that button, it downloads. Pretty awesome. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And then also, if you do the favicon right here, you'll copy the asset path after you've uploaded the image and put it in the settings where I was showing you where it says favicon. And now that'll pop up when people load your page on desktop. Your integrations, all right? So you can click add integration, ConvertKit. You can do Get Response. Active Campaign is the best, in my opinion. And then you can do Webinar Jam, Kajabi for membership, Salesforce for CRM, Twilio for SMS, Webinar Jam for your webinars, Zoom for webinars if you'd like. There's a lot of things you can do here. And then there's different integrations that they populate already, so you can do that as well. Super simple. For example, if we do Active Campaign, all we need is an API key, API URL, which is if you go to settings and then go to developer, on your Active Campaign, it will give you these, and you'll just paste them in here. You'll give it a nickname, add integration, and that is it. Super simple. And then when you go into the editor of your funnel, you'll want to click on the settings like I showed you and click integrations and select the Active Campaign integration. So now your ClickFunnels and your Active Campaign are talking to each other. Okay, and that goes for any of the other integrations that you have. Your payment gateways, this will be your Stripe and your PayPal. It's pretty much the same process. You got to go to the developer settings and get your API URL and your API key. Sometimes it needs one or the other, or sometimes needs both, and then give it a nickname. When it comes to PayPal, you want to set up two different ones. You want to set up a live testing mode, or live mode, and a test mode. And it gives you a toggle. And when it comes to PayPal, when you're integrating with PayPal, you go to developer.paypal.com. developer.paypal.com. Okay, and you just, let's see. I actually don't know whose account I'm in. I'm not logged in. Okay, but you can go to your APIs, you can get your API keys and then place those, and then you'll be able to take payment through PayPal or whatever payment gateway you choose. Stripe and PayPal have been pretty much the only ones I've used. Email integration, this is only for, if you're trying to do internal email marketing with ClickFunnels. So I'm not even going to go over that because we're not doing that. And then your domains, super simple. You can add a new domain. You can either buy domains here on ClickFunnels, or you can bring in an existing one. Bringing an existing domain is super simple. For example, if I went to GoDaddy, which is where I buy my domains, I use an existing domain. You will just type in the domain, click add domain, and like it's popping up all the how to do it. So, it's not that hard. And then what it's going to do is ask you, did you put target.clickfunnels.com in the DNS record of the domain? So if I go to my domains, let's see. Okay, wait a minute. This is my account. All right. So if I wanted to do like Call with Kipper, what I'm going to do, or callkipper.com, is right here. This is the only CNAME record that you need to change. So the value is what you need to change. So you edit and make this target.clickfunnels.com. And that's it. Don't change anything else. Save it. Don't push cancel. You want to save it. And then go to your forwarding, go to HTTPS, put in www.yourdomain.com, do permanent 301, forwarding only, and then save it. Okay. And that's it. You'll give it some time, but what you'll do is once you have done that, you click the button it tells you to do, and then it'll be like, whoopee, you got the domain integrated. Okay. But when you have a domain, it will populate here. You click edit, go to your SSL settings, which what that means is right here, you'll notice a lock, and then HTTPS. You want that. That's your secure server. So all you do is click the button that says apply for SSL. You give it 15 minutes, but make sure you come back and check on it. If you don't check on it, it doesn't, for whatever reason, it just doesn't just do it. All you have to do is come back in like 15 minutes and push the button that says check now, and it'll just turn it on. It's weird. So that is it. Okay. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Reach out to me, send me a DM, whatever you got to do. But that is how you build funnels.